behalf of Our Parks. So welcome to Our Parks Live. Thanks for turning up to Tone It Up. Really good of everyone to join on a Wednesday morning. It's a really nice exercise to do if you'll be working at home, just to get nice and stretched. Perfect. Let's get started. Just to let you know, with Pilates, how it works is we're going to do a alignment check, then we're going to go into a warm-up, followed by the main set of exercises, and then we're going to do some nice cool-down stretches. But it is great for lengthening and strengthening, and it's great for the core, so you should, if you've been snacking a little bit at home, it's a good workout for the core and the tummy as well. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with our feet in a hip distance position. The knees are soft, which means they've got a slight bend to them. The hips are facing forward, so if you just do a forward tilt and a backward tilt with the pelvis, I'll show you from the side, just a gentle tilt forwards and back, and find that nice midway point. That's where we want to be. Okay. And then we're going to suck the belly into the spine, shoulders back and down, chin is parallel to the ground, and imagine a piece of string on the crown of your head pulling you nice and tall. So we want to be in this nice tall alignment. Perfect, okay. Let's get started on the breathing. For Pilates, we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're breathing, instead of just into the chest like we normally do, we're breathing into the lower back. And this will help later with the core exercises that we're going to do. So if you want to put your hands on your lower ribs, you're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and we'll go again. I'll show you from the side. Take an inhale through the nose, really filling up the space in the back of the ribs, and exhale through the mouth. So if you're breathing in the correct way, you'll find that on the inhale, your hands are sliding apart, and on the exhale, they're slowly coming back together like an accordion. Inhale, fingers slide apart, exhale, they come back together. Perfect. We're going to talk about the core engagement now, so we're going to add the core engagement in, and then we're going to do some breathing on top of that. Okay, so core engagement refers to quite a few different things going on at the same time. But the two things we're going to focus on are the pelvic floor and the deep tummy muscles, which are the transverse abdominis muscles. But let's get started with the pelvic floor. So some of you have done the class before, you might remember my little metaphor for this. So imagine that there is a hammer in between your legs, and it's pulling all your internal organs up to 100%, and then you release by a third. Hold it there. Let's do a couple of breaths just with the pelvic floor engaged. So take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. This time you're thinking about that up feeling, keeping this area nice and tight, nice and engaged. Perfect. We'll go again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. On the exhale, you're lifting from the center, imagining the abs draw in, keeping this area nice and tight. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to add in the deep tummy muscles. So this time you're going to imagine you're wearing either a corset or a belt tied around just under the chest. Pull to the tightest notch. Again to 100% and release by a third. So it feels a bit more manageable, but it still feels like you're sucking this area in. All of this comes with time, so don't worry too much if it all sounds a bit funny. All of this will come with time and practice. So let's add the deep tummy muscle engagement, that in feeling, to the up. So up and in. Keep this whole powerhouse area, as they call it, nice and tight. All of the limbs, all of the exercises we do come from having a strong powerhouse area. So let's do a couple of deep breaths with the up and the in on the exhale. So take an inhale. Exhale long through the mouth, this time keeping everything nice and tight on the exhale. We don't want to be letting the belly go at this point. We're keeping everything nice and engaged. We'll go again. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Last one before we start the mobilization. Inhale through the nose. Exhale long, keeping everything nice and tight. Perfect. Okay. I'll just check the messages before we go into the mobilization, because I can see someone's left a message. Ah, perfect. Okay. I'm just taking note of your injury, and I will try and give some modifications for that. Okay. So now we're going to get started. Let's get the neck nice and warmed up. Just take a look down. Gently semicircle one way through the center. Nice and gently, just bringing the neck through the center to give it a nice stretch. Just a couple more on each side. Okay. From there, let's stretch the neck in another way. Put the hand on the head. The other hand goes on the shoulder. You're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. Gently looking down now. And we're trying to create space in between the head and the shoulder. It's almost like you're pulling the head away from the shoulder ever so gently on the exhale. If you have trouble with your neck, then obviously you can leave this one out. We'll go again on the other side. Inhale, hand on the head, gently pulling the head away from the shoulder, looking down. We're stretching a different part of the shoulders now. Okay. We'll get started with getting the shoulders nice and warm. So we're going to do some shoulder rolls, and we're going to go forwards first. So up to the ears and round. Even when you're doing this, think about that core engagement. Think about the up and in. Think about that tall posture. We don't want to be slouching. Even when we're doing this, we can think about getting that nice core engagement and alignment. This should feel really nice if you haven't done any stretching. Up to the ears and round. Let's reverse it now. We'll go backwards. Okay. Extend into the arms. Fingers are pointed. Arms are at shoulder height. Again, keeping that core engagement. Small circles forwards first. Keep breathing with it, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Feeling nice and tall. We want the arms to start feeling heavy. We want to get these arms nice and toned. By the end of our self-isolation period, we'll have nice and toned arms. Reverse backwards now with the arms. Keep going. Keep breathing into it, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Arms should feel nice and heavy. Let's just give them a stretch. Bring one arm behind you one way. If you can't raise your arms, obviously you can leave this one out and you can just do the forward stretch, bringing the arm forward and stretching it out. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and take the arm behind and bring that same arm in front. Okay. From there, we're going to do our thoracic twist. We did it last time. This time, we're going to do it with the hands on the hips. So I'll show you once and then you can join me. You're going to take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, the upper body is going to twist. Feel that rotation of the spine. Hips stay facing forward. So it's like you want to do this, but the hips stay facing forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. You can correct yourself. If you feel like the hips are going that way, just correct yourself and bring them back. And we'll just do 2 more to each side. Inhale, exhale, upper body twist. Really feel like you're twisting the whole torso, keeping the hips forward. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist the other way. 1 more to each side. Inhale, exhale, twist. Last one, inhale, exhale, twist. A few side bends now to wake the spine up in another way, keeping that nice tall posture. Inhale, exhale, fingers inch down the thigh. Inhale back to center, exhale, fingers just walking down the other thigh, feeling that nice gentle stretch of the spine. Perfect. Everyone's doing really well so far, so well done. Getting into it. This should set you up for the rest of the day. 1 more to each side. Okay. Let's go into our squats now because we want to start to get the blood pumping a little bit and we want to get the knees and the thighs nice and stretched. Okay. So feet wider than hip distance now, toes are pointing out, and you're going to raise the arms as you do the squat. Keep that nice core engagement, and you will naturally go a little bit forward with this, but we don't want to be folding forward too much. Take an inhale, exhale, squat, inhale as you come back up. We're going a little bit faster now. We want to make sure the knees aren't coming any further than the toes, and imagine that you're really sitting into it. Feel that you really stick the bum out. Inhale, and then you'll just exhale, squat. Keep going. Just a few more. If you can't do this, if it hurts your arms, you can put your hands on your hips. You can do the same thing. If it hurts your knees, then just leave this one out. But otherwise, we're just going to do a few more, really sticking the bum out. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, squat. Starting to feel nice and warm now. Okay. From there, we'll just give the ankles a rotation. So hands on the hips, mobilizing the ankles, getting them nice and warm one way and then the other. Okay. Then we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat, and we're going to do that by doing 2 half roll downs and 1 full roll down. Okay, so you're going to go to the end of the mat now. We're going to get back into the alignment that we started in at the beginning, feet hip distance, soft knees, navel into the spine, shoulders back and down, chin parallel to the ground. Imagine that string pulling you tall. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring the chin into the chest, tuck the chin in, and you're just slowly folding forward. If you can, keep the knees straight and get a hamstring stretch there. Otherwise, you can have a slight bend in case you feel it's going into the lower back. And just hang there, loose and floppy, arms and head. If you want to give the head a shake, a nod, just hang there nice, like a rag doll, just loose and floppy. Then inhale, exhale. On the exhale, we're slowly starting to stack the spine up. You're coming up 1 vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. We're going to do that same thing again. So I'll let you do the same thing again. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest and start to roll. And while you do that, I'm going to just check the messages because I think someone's left a little message there. Keep going. Okay. Perfect. Hang there, and then you're going to come back up. We're going to do the last one. Inhale, exhale, chin to chest and roll down. And this time we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. Nice and slow. Okay. We're going to come to a cross-legged position. From here, we're just going to do a spine stretch, and then we're going to get started with the main exercises. So sitting up nice and tall, imagine that string on the top of your head pulling you nice and tall, navel to the spine. We're just going to do a quick spine stretch here. I'll show you from this side, it might be easier. So sitting up nice and tall, take an inhale, exhale, slowly sink down into the spine, just making a C-shaped curve, really gently. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. We'll go again. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall on the inhale. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Rolling down. Inhale as you come up. Last one. Inhale as you come up nice and tall. Perfect. Okay, so from there we're going to go into, we're going to do an exercise called toe taps, and we're going to do it on our forearms. So if you want, you can do this exercise lying flat on your back, lower spine imprinted, so lower spine's flat on the mat. Feet are hip distance, knees are bent. Knees are going to come up into tabletop. So they're at this kind of angle with pointed toes, and you're going to keep them hip distance. And you're going to keep that core engagement, take an inhale. On the exhale, you're just bringing one leg down into a toe tap, and then the other leg comes down. And you're going to hold it for at least a second in between. And we're really using the core engagement here. If you start to feel it in the lower back, it means that your back is perhaps not as flat on the mat as it should be. You can use the palms facing down, gripping onto the mat. Really think about using the core engagement and the breathing here. So you can do this option. Keep breathing with it. Otherwise, you can come into this position. So you can have your legs, have your arms be on your forearms like this. Find that nice angle where you can feel it in your core. Take an inhale, exhale. You can just do the same. Using that core engagement. Otherwise, on your back, doing the same thing. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Toe tap. Really using that core engagement, thinking about the breathing. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Okay. We're just going to do a few more on each side. Just a couple more. And then you can bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug, and just circle the knees around the chest one way and then the other. Okay. From there, we're going to do an exercise called the crisscross. And again, ideally, you want to be doing it with your arms, your forearms on the mat. And we're going to bring the legs up nice and straight. And we're going to do 10 crisscrosses, and then we'll have a rest, and then we'll do another 10. So we're really going to get the core going now. So the legs come up nice and straight, keep the toes pointed, they're still hip distance. And we're just going to do 10, really getting the core going here. 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest, bring the knees in, and we're going to do another 10. So you're in this kind of crunch position, legs are straight, we'll do another 10. Bring the knees in, we're going to do the last one, and then we're going to go into another exercise. So, legs nice and straight, toes are pointed, inhale, exhale. Okay. Hug the knees. From here, we're going to go into the single leg stretch. So you've got two options for this. Again, lower spine is flat on the mat, nice and imprinted. Now either, and you can bring the legs back in tabletop. Now either you can keep the head down, and you're just going to hug one knee as you extend the other leg with a pointed toe. So like this. Otherwise, you can come up into a crunch position. If you're feeling it in the neck, then you're not using your core enough and you need to put your head back down if that works for you. Otherwise, ideally, come up like you're doing a crunch, really engaging those core muscles. Think about the up and in. And then inhale and exhale as you just stretch one leg and then the other. So you're really going to start to feel this in the core now. Keep breathing with it. Inhale, exhale. The legs come out nice and straight, nice and controlled. Toes are pointed. Keep going. Three more on each side. And then hug the knees again. This time you can let the knees drop to one side. Head looks the other way, arms in a T position. And then drop the knees the other way and look the other way. Okay. So from there, we're going to go into the double leg stretch. So same position, lower spine imprinted, engaged core, legs in tabletop. This time, if you want, it might be easier to keep your head down. Otherwise, you can challenge yourself and bring the head and neck up. So from this position, you're going to take an inhale, exhale, stretch both legs back into tabletop, extending both legs, keeping them hip distance, keeping the toes pointed. You're just going to straighten back to tabletop, extend and in, extend and in. Think about the core engagement, think up and in. If you need to hug the knees at any time for a little break, you can. Otherwise, we'll keep going. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. And extend. We're going to do 5 more. Last one. Okay, hug the knees. Find a little core burner here before we do a nice shoulder bridge. Now we're going to extend the legs and the arms at the same time. If that's a problem for you, you can leave the arms out and you can stick with just the legs. So now you're going to come up into a crunch, otherwise keep the head down. legs in tabletop. Inhale, extend the arms, bring the elbows to the knees, and we're going to do a few of these. Extend the legs, extend the arms. 5 more. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Perfect. Okay, hug the knees. Give them a circle, make a circle around chest one way, then the other. And then we're going to do a nice bridging exercise here. Everyone's done an amazing job so far, so you should be very proud of yourselves. And hopefully your core is starting to feel like it's done some work. Okay, just a nice gentle bridging exercise now. Feet hip distance, knees are bent, lower spine imprinted, so flat on the mat. You shouldn't be able to put the hand underneath. Imagine a piece of string in your belly button, pulling it all the way into the ground. Okay. From there, you're going to take an inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt towards you. You're just going to gently come up into a bridge, into the shoulders. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be all the way high up here. Just wherever feels comfortable for you today, and you shouldn't be feeling it in your lower back. So really use those core muscles. Keep the hips nice and stable. And we're going to go straight in and at the arms. From here, you're going to take an inhale. Exhale, the arms float behind. Slowly roll down and inch the fingers behind you as you're rolling down. Then the arms come back up, back down. We'll go again. Inhale. Get the core engaged, think up and in. Exhale, pelvic tilt into the shoulder bridge. Arms float behind. And slowly start to roll down. Okay. Inhale, exhale, up into the shoulder bridge. Arms float behind. Slowly rolling down. And we're going to do 3 more like that. So take an inhale, exhale, shoulder bridge. Again, you don't need to come up too far if you don't want to today. Arms float behind, slowly rolling down. Last couple, inhale, exhale, up into that bridge. Arms float behind. And then this will be the last one, I promise. Inhale, exhale, shoulder bridge. Making sure that the hips are nice and stable. Arms float behind. Inch the fingers behind you as you're rolling down. Feel that really nice stretch. And then you can just hug the knees. Then we're going to come into a side lying exercise now. So we're going to come into, we'll do the clamshell. I feel like we've done a lot of hard work, so let's do a fairly gentle side lying exercise. So you're just going to either have your head on your arm like this, nice and flat, or you can prop your head up, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Bring the bent knees towards you, so your knees are bent and they're just almost at hip height. And all you're going to do is put your hand in the back pocket. You're going to inhale, exhale, and you're just going to open the knees and feel the glutes getting activated. So you're just opening the knees here. Keep the belly sucked in. Keep breathing. We're using small muscles here. So even though it looks easy, you'll start to feel the glutes are doing some work. And you're just, the rest of the body's alive, the rest of the body's not moving. Just the knee opening and closing. Okay. Just a few more. Just another couple there. Okay. From there, we're going to go into a front-facing quad stretch, and then we're going to switch sides for the clamshell. So, just lie on your front, grab one leg, and just pull the leg in towards the bum. If you can, bring both legs in if you want to, and you should feel a nice stretch on the front of the thigh. Keep, just have a few nice deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale, bring the feet in even closer towards you, feel that stretch. And again, inhale and exhale. Okay. From there, we're going to do the clamshell on the other side now. So you can prop yourself up. Knees are bent, hand in the back pocket, feet together. Inhale, exhale, opening and closing just the knees. The rest of the body stays where it is. Keep going. Suck the belly in. With that hand in the back pocket, you should be able to feel the glutes being activated. We're just breathing there. Just a couple more. Inhale and exhale, just opening the knees and closing. Okay, I can see everyone's doing really, really, really good job, so keep going, guys. Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay, so we're going to start doing some nice cool down stretches now. We're going to go straight into the cat stretch. So up onto all fours. You're going to have the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. The crown of the head is pointing at the wall in front, the belly's sucked in. Your back is a nice strong table. So if you have something on your back, you don't want to be spilling it. If you want to give the toes a stretch, you can prop them up like this. Otherwise, if it's easier for you, if your toes hurt for some reason, you can have the front of the feet flat like this. Otherwise, we're going to go straight into those nice cat stretches now, keeping the crown of the head pointing at the wall in front. Inhale. As you inhale, arch. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, get all that oxygen in as you arch, keeping the belly sucked in. Exhale. Inhale, arch the back. Really, really feel that lengthening of the spine. Exhale, reverse. And when you reverse, just feel like you're giving everything a nice stretch. Okay. Just a couple more there. Last one. Inhale, arch. Exhale, reverse. And then we're just going to do some circles in the other way. I'll show you first from this angle. So in the same position now, you're just going to do a few circles forward and then the other way. So you're going to get a really nice stretch of everything and just do whatever feels good for you. Inhale, exhale, come down to the mat and then come all the way up. So you're just doing circles to the wall in front now. We're just going to do a few one way and then a few the other. Really getting everything going. And again, this is something that you can do to your own, whatever feels good. If you've got a particular injury, you can do smaller circles. Otherwise, you can go big and just get everything nice and stretched. And then we're going to reverse the other way if you haven't already. Nice circles all the way down and all the way up. Feeling nice and stretched. Okay. Perfect. Okay. We're going to come onto the back now when you're ready. And we're just going to do a couple of stretches here. We're going to go into the number 4 stretch, if you know this one. Lying on the back, one leg just comes across the opposite knee, and you're going to pull that thigh in towards you. We're going to hold that. Take an inhale, exhale, pull that thigh in closer if you want to. Get a deeper stretch. Switch legs. For me now, the left leg is going over the right knee. Pull that thigh in towards you. Breathe into it. Deep inhale, exhale. We're just making sure everything is nice and stretched. Perfect. Okay. Finish off. We're going to put the soles of the feet together now. Still lying on the back, nice and flat. The lower spine is nice and flat. Soles of the feet together. So we're going to stretch out the hip flexors here. Imagine those heavy weights on the knees, pushing them all the way down to the mat. Just breathing into it now. You can breathe into the belly. Inhale. Exhale long. Imagine the heavy weights pushing them down on the knees. Extend the legs now. We'll go into a nice corpse pose, final relaxation pose before we check in with the alignment. Straighten the legs, let the feet fall either side. A couple of nice deep breaths there. Feeling the jaw relaxed, the shoulders, the arms into the fingers, slowly the legs into the toes, nice and relaxed. Just enjoying that nice calm and stillness. Thinking about the fact you've done your exercise for the day. You can crack on with the rest of your day now. Okay. When you're ready, slowly turning to one side. And we're going to slowly come back up to standing to check in with the alignment and the posture. Okay. Feet hip distance. Those slightly bent knees. Hips are forward, tummy button sucked in, shoulders are rolled down, relaxed. Piece of string on the crown of your head pulling you tall. Correcting yourself if you feel to, if the shoulders feel like they're not quite straight, but you should feel the posture is even more straight than it was before the class started. We'll do a couple of little heel raises there. Think up and in, get that core engagement going. Put the hands on the hips, take an inhale. Exhale, up onto the toes. Feeling really nice and tall, really elongated. Bring the heels down, we'll go again. Last one, this time we're going to hold it. Thinking about that up and in, that core engagement, the posture, hold it there. And then simply lower the heels, keeping the head where it is. Feel that nice stretch. Perfect. Thank you very much, everyone. Everyone's done such an amazing job. You're all really, really good. So thank you so much. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your week.